Hello and welcome to Baby Steps in Create Studio 3 Part 21, the subscribe button. I'm Tony at Tony's Tutorials and we're on version 3.4.3 of Create Studio 3. Let's start off with a new project by left clicking on it, and we're going to go over to where this folder is up in the top corner, and that's the media folder. And obviously there's nothing there. We could go to Vecteezy or any one of these to download some. I've already downloaded some to save a bit of time, and then in go global, so I'm just going to go to global, and I'm clicking on this one with my left mouse button, and I'm going to drag that across by holding the left mouse button and releasing the left mouse button to drop it onto the canvas. Right, as you can see where my header is, that's where the element landed. So if I move my header somewhere else and we go on to the studio, so I'm going to left click the second icon coming down on the left top corner, and that's the studio, and I'm going to left click on the slider and hold it and drag it down to where the subscribe button is. There I'm going to drag that to the canvas by left clicking it and holding the left mouse button, and then I'll loose the left mouse button and the default subscribe button comes up. Right, if we go over to the settings, you'll see at the top it says choose a preset, and it gives you loads of different choices of one to choose from. All you do is left click it, whichever one you want, and it'll give you a choice. There's quite a few there that you can choose from, or you can go with the initial one and change it how you wish, or you can change any of them really. So let's get on with this. What I'm doing now, I've kept that one on. So what I want to do is I want to show you, you've got the boundary points here which scale, widen, heighten, you know, the actual button itself, and you've got a font here, so you can change the font. You know, you might want black hand sans or archival black or whatever you want, and you can also, if you got the subscribe button away from the middle and you want the middle, you click on that button to put it back to the middle with the left mouse button, of course. All this is clicking with the left mouse button in the main, and your left mouse button on the red dot there, and that's just the colour for the background, right? So you can change the colour of the background to blue maybe. You might want to add transparency, so you take off opacity. The second one is always opacity usually on these. So there you go, you got opacity there, so it's taken some opacity off so you can see through it, right? You can do things like that. So I'm going to put that back to where it was and change it back to red. Right, like that. I'm going to get to the next one, which is the white button, which is actually the white text colour. You can change to black if you want, or yellow maybe. So like that. You can do that, right? And you can also make that opaque. Its opacity is full, 100%. But if you take it to halfway, it's sort of not very visible, you know, because it's semi-transparent, but it's showing the red through, so you can barely see it. But there might be cases where you might want to need that, but I can't think of one offhand. You've also got the colour picker tool for both this one and for the background. The colour picker tool will choose a colour according to what you pick on the screen, so like that, or like, let's go for a different colour. Let's go back to the colour picker and try the whiteness here, like that. Look at that, it's like a light blue colour. That's pretty cool. Right, so you can do the colour pickers on both of them, right? Now, we get to the next one, which is right to left. So you can type right to left from this. Let's just show you. If I'll go forward one on there, I'm just going to back, and it should take off the S instead of the U. Right, now I'm going to put on S in small letters. And there's a reason why I'm doing this, but let's just put some extra words on. Okay, so we do that. Then we're going to turn it from right to left, so it's the right way for us to read it. But that's if in case you've got Arabic or a different writing script that's of a country that needs right to left writing. Yeah, in this country we do left to right, so there you go. Anyway, the last button here is a perspective tool. So if you click on it, you can change the perspective of the button. Like so. You can stretch it out however you want. Let's just take that back. I'm using the undo button here by left clicking on it and putting it back to the original way it was. And click it a bit more if I want to. Keep going back as far as I want to till I get back to where it first was. Right. As you could see, when I added the extra words, let me just show you and do it again. So I'm going to put that there, and I'm going back to the book. As you could see, it's already got word wrap on it. Automatically has been put on it, so word wrap comes on, no problem. Right, so that's that. I just thought I'd let you know about that. I'm just going to drag that out a bit so the ad is with that one or this one, it doesn't matter. And that's all the things that are on there. You've still got these circular things, circles with the little dotted. Them are for rounding off the corners or making them rectangular if you wish. So it depends on you how much you want it to be rounded off or not. Okay, on the settings you've got you choose your preset, which I've already showed you. You've got your font, which is the same as the font there. You can choose a different font if you want. Your weight will depend on how many weights of per the font. There's only one on this font, so it's only regular, but you might have italic and some others. You've got your background colour and your foreground and your text colour, which is the same. You can change opacity on those of each one separately. You've got alignment, so it aligns to the right, the middle or the left. I prefer the middle though. And then you've got format. Now format changes it according to which one you click. First one is capital letters only, so they're all capital letters. Second one is all small letters. And the last one puts capitals on each word. So as you can see, got first letter is a capital on each word, which is useful for things like YouTube, which I use it for. Right? You got this other thing here underneath called text size. This deals with just the text size itself. It doesn't deal with the size of the whole button, so it will only change vertically the size of the button. Right, so let's just see how it's growing taller. Yeah, right, that's what happens with using text size. It sizes up the size of the text, and the button's height will go bigger or smaller according to how big the text is. Right, and the opacity here, that deals with the opacity of the whole thing as one thing. Yeah, as you can see, the whole lot was transparent. It hasn't got an opacity. It's all like that. Right. Spacing is the spacing between each letter. So we just go like this and it'll space out the letters. You can do line height, so you can have different space between these lines a bit more if you wished, like that. For example, padding is the padding of the background, I believe, where it takes it across horizontally and back according to what you want. And you've got this normal scale, which scales the whole thing as one, like that. Okay, your word wrap is what this is. If it wasn't selected, the word wrap, it'd all be on one line like this. I'll show you like that. Now if I want to put it back, I'd have to change the word wrap to on, and I'd have to click here and probably put that on the second line like that, and then I'd have to sort out the actual thing manually by clicking on it and moving it back like that. Right, so there's a lot of messing about if you take a word wrap off and have to put it back on. Ligatures are to do with 2 or more joined up letters. I don't bother with that at all, to be honest, but some people will. If you're doing calligraphy a lot, you might want to use ligatures a lot, so if you want to click that on to get the ligatures working, you can mess about with that if you want. Properties is the normal positions of where your thing is on the screen, and scale of it. You can change the scale for height and width as well by unlocking that. You've got your opacity, log the opacity up here, and rotation. This is 2D rotation at first. You can do 45, and that will be that way towards going clockwise, and minus 45 will be anti-clockwise like that. Right, so that shows you how to do that. You've got 3D rotation, so I'm going to put that back to normal. The X rotation is, say for the 45, you'll see it come, the top will come towards you and the bottom will go away from you like that. And then if you put minus on it, so it's the other way, the top will be away from you and the bottom will be towards you like that. Right, okay, so let's put that back to normal and click enter. Right, now the Y one is from left to right and right to left, so 45 would be going towards the right, so people can read it from the right, and then if you do put the minus on it, the people from the left will be able to read it like that. Yeah, you can do things like that with it. Okay, I don't bother with the 3D perspective, but you can mess about with it when these have got something on them. But if they ain't got nothing on, 3D perspective disappears. But you don't need to worry about that. You don't need to bother with that at all. You don't have to bother with the rotation X and Y mark all the time. Flip, you can flip it so it's the other way around. That way, that's not the same as that. Right to left it makes you right from left, right to left instead of left to right. This one doesn't. This just flips it, so it's like a mirror image of whatever you've done. Right. This one flips it the other way, upside down, and that. Right. So if you've got it in a mirror, for example, you can use that. Let's put that the right way around. I've done something wrong here, so I'll do that. I must have clicked that when I was doing these, so I screwed it up a bit. Never mind, don't worry about it. I'm just gonna, that's it, I got it back. That one and that one. There it is, right. So I must have clicked that by accident and I mean to. But if you're using that one will type right to left. This one just flips, so it's not the same as right to left on there. Okay, that's as important for anybody who's doing Arabic and that. Right. What else is that? You got border. You can add a border if you want to. So I'll say 10. Color, change the color, and you can have opacity on this as well if you wish. Let's try yellow. So obviously it's got yellow. Oops, I'm on the wrong thing. Look at that. It's gone on to the border's gone onto the wrong thing, so I just need to go on there, turn it to 0. It automatically selected my background instead of this. So let's go back on there. Border 10. Change it to yellow. Sorry about that. It happens like that sometimes. I don't know why it does it, but it automatically selects the background if you don't select the right thing sometimes. So that's a bit of a nuisance really. But if you're on the border, you've got things here like you've got width. You can have a dash if you want to. So 2 pixel dash size. I don't think you can't see them there. But if I improve the width on here, so about 50, you can see it now. There's little dashes on there. Let's improve the dash pixel ability, so make that 10. Now you can see it, right? So you could do something like that if you wished. I don't really like the dashes that much, so I'm just going to knock them back off, and I'll knock my size this down to 10 again. Like that. That looks pretty good, right? And this line cap, you wouldn't see it much like that, but you would if you was using dashes. So let's just do a dash again for a second. Let's see if the line cap makes a difference. Yeah, see the difference with the line cap. Okay, so that's what the line cap does. It changes the shape of the dashes or whatever's the end of each part of background scene, right? Just take the dash off again. You got your draw, so just enter that first before I finish. So you got draw, it's at the front, so you can see it, right? The background is behind the border. Now if you click on the back, click on the front, and it's on the back. If you click on the back, the border's in front of the background. Click on the front, it's behind the background. So you'd have to put some more width on it. So say 50. You can see it now. About 30 would be okay. But if you got it the other way, it looks better that way. So, but it can affect something if you got front and back differently, and it's affecting some words. You could end up with different things on behind, like it looks like there's scattered pieces on it, and you'll see a problem with it, like especially if you've got a shadow on. I'll show you in a minute. Let's do a shadow. Right, so colour black, right, black shadow. Oops, hang on. I haven't put any distance on it. 5, let's do distance of 5 maybe. Enter. You have to enter on these, I think, and change the opacity up. And it's up there. Doesn't show in. Let's go back on it and try again. Yeah, back on there. Right. It keeps on selecting that, so it's a problem. I keep getting that instead. So I'm just doing that. See, it's going back onto that again. Shadow. Let's do 10 actually. There you can see the shadow now. Now if I change the opacity down, now I've got the shadow showing, you can make it look reasonable. It's got a reasonable distance there. You can change the colour of the shadow according to what you think. Like that, there. According to what kind of light you've got coming out towards it or whatever. And you can change where the actual shadow is according to this angle, or you can change the angle here by typing it in or something like that, right? You can also blur it to make it less sharp. So let's just blur it out by about 5. As you can see, let's give it a nice soft edge. Yeah, and you can do that if you want it to. Right, let's just take that off now because I don't really want shadow. Not on red anyway. Let's just change that first. Back to normal, and then do black. Let's go back to shadow again. Black. pull that up to there. That looks a bit better. Just go back on shadow again. Sorry about this, just to give me a bit of time. 5. There you go, I'll do that. And I'll bring that to the bottom. I'll prefer it lower down there, like that. But that's alright. And I'll bring it down here. You got your anchor points like you do normally. So if you wanted to have it rotate on this corner, you can do that. You could also move the anchor point to wherever you want. You don't have to follow this. You could have it actually on the L, top of the L, for example, and it would have to rotate around the anchor point there. So if you've got a specific point you want it to go to, then you can do that. Usually they're on the middle, and you can mess about. This gives you several different choices anyway, but if you want a specific point, you can change to where you want to put it, you know. So you can manually move it if you wish, right? You got the blend mode, which will change the style of the actual image, but it'll change it to look differently according to what you want. You might want a different version of how it looks. It depends on your actual style that you want. But you've got all the different types of things there, like colour dodge and that. So you can play around with them as best you want. That's easy enough to see. Track matte is something to do with masks, which I'm going to deal with on a separate video. You've got tiles here, which are, when active, it can cover the whole screen like that, and you can change your margins. So I'm at 25, so that's that margin, and 25 the other margin, for example. And there you go. That's what you get. That's what tiles do. You can change the margins however you want them to be. You don't want any margins, they'll be close together like that. Right. Whenever you fill in any of these spaces in with a number, always press the enter after them as well. That's an important point, right? And if you want to deactivate it, just left click on it to deactivate it, and that's it, right? So that's all the settings on here. Now what I want to do is I want to show you what you can do to animate this particular image. You can animate it the normal ways by using motion to animate it in and out. So we're going to position right, and that's in, right, and then out, going to position left, so it comes back out the same way it's come in, right? That's what I'm doing with it. You can do anything you want. You can rotate it in or whatever you want, from the top, from the bottom, the side, wherever you want to go, if you want to. Well, as you can see on here, I've got it near enough 3 seconds from the end. There's a reason for that. Okay, if you want to have a transitions usually take up about 2 seconds of whatever video you've got. So if you take up 2 seconds, always give yourself another second just in case the transition's bigger than usual, because they usually go up to 2 seconds, but it can take 3 seconds. So if you leave 3 seconds, you've got a second extra buffer on it. So now let's just look at that from here and just play that for a second. Let's come in, gives you a second to press, a couple of seconds to press on it, and then it takes it away. Okay, you can do it that way if you want. You could also add a middle spot where you can rotate it. So you can rotation and scale. Right, so let's do, click on there, that's the first one, click on it, and we'll rotate it clockwise, shall we? Rotate it clockwise like that, and scale it up, and put, oh, it's there, so I should have put position as well, but no mind, doesn't matter. So let's just have a look, see what happens now, right? So I'm using a manual animation here to bring it up. What I should have done was I should have put position and scale on it, right, but I didn't. so never mind. Let's just do it there. Let's just try that again and just have a look at it, see how it looks. So it pops it to you, so you can press it and then it goes away. Yeah, you can change it back as well by adding another one, another animation. You can keep putting more animations in, or you can add the extras to this one, like the position. So I can add the position on there, so I can position it in the middle, so it'll be there now. That'll be alright now because I've added that to it. So let's just have a look. Let's have a look and see how that goes. Yeah, there you go. The initial position was in the wrong place, so there we go. Let's get to the initial. Let's put that in the middle where it should have been. There we go. Yeah, it's going to be like that. And one here for position as well. Put that in the middle like that. Let's just try that. Let's move it over here a bit like that, so it's in the middle of there. So when you click on the middle there, it'll give you the options. You can change it, add extra options like linear, just to make it smoother. Right, so let's just do that from here. Let's start again. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So if you click on the line between the two keyframes, it'll come up and you can change whatever. If you've got a problem, if you've got somewhere, just add it on when you clicked on the line in between them. Right, you can do that. That's an extra tip for you, and that's how you add extra manual animation besides the end animations as well. Right, don't forget with these you can lengthen these out as well if you wish from both sides, and you can also lengthen that or make it smaller to make it a bit quicker in the middle if you wished. Right, so let's just see that from there. That's gone a bit faster, whirled round and let people know it's there, so that's good. Right, so that's what you do with this kind of thing. You could use it as a placeholder and make you think of what actual button you wanted, how you wanted it and stuff like that, and give you the kind of animations you need when you're doing an interactive video, and it'll be useful for that. So hope this tutorial has helped you understand what to do with the subscribe button. You can change it to whatever you want it to say. You can, do whatever you want with it. Basically, it's completely interactive on the app. You can mess about with it how you want. You can customize it to your best needs. The only thing you can't do with it is add a link to it, because this is not an interactive video app. You need an interactive app. They have got one for Create Studio users. You have to purchase separately, but that's nothing to do with me really. I do have it somewhere, I just can't remember what it's called. Let me just see if I can find it. Can't find it here. Let's have a look. It's gonna Vidello it's called. I just remembered. By Vidello, you can use that. I've got it somewhere. Just can't find it. But that is the interactive video app you can use to copy these and use them on your buttons, right? So you can customize these how you want, and I hope this video has been useful to you, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. Please like and subscribe to Tony's Tutorials if you did, and thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate your support. Thank you very much.